What is up, everybody? How's it going? This is your boy Double G from the Glass Gaming YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a Lunalight versus Nibiru combo guide. So pretty much this is going to be a little bit similar to a cheat sheet, but it's going to be a full combo route video from the 5th summon onwards to being Nibiru proof. So nonetheless, this video took me around I think a little more than a month to make. I know, believe it or not. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy one. Please consider subscribing. I really put a lot of work into these. Nonetheless, let's get straight into this combo video.
Okay, everybody, so we're going to start these combos off with Nibiru on the 5th summon. Every single one of these setups is basically just going to be a way to chick and tiger, and that's it. Let's get straight into this guide. Now, like I said before, we're going to be doing Nibiru on the 5th summon, so that's technically just chaining to the 4 Strix, and that's basically how it goes from here. So let's start this off. We're going to normal spin off the Lunalight Kaleido Chick, and we're going to use the ability to send our copy of Yellow Martin to the graveyard. Now, Kaleido Chick actually sends its cost, and it changes the name as well to a Yellow Martin on field. So pretty much what's going to happen from here is we're going to go and use the Lunalight Tiger, which is a soft once per turn, to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Yellow Martin from the graveyard. Now what's going to happen from here is I'm going to make an Xyz summon into our copy of 4 Strix. And 4 Strix is going to use its ability to go ahead and detach, make sure you detach the Martin all the time. And we're going to go and use the ability to go ahead and grab this Singing Lanius. Why it's important to detach the Martin is because if they actually try to hit you with a hand trap on the 4 Strix, you need a way to actually balance that Tiger rather than another Martin in hand. So yeah, it's very important you have Martin in grave, just always detach it. Now from here, you're going to add like the Singing Lanius, like I said, and we're going to go ahead and summon out the Singing Lanius. We have 2 Winged Beast monsters, so we're going to go ahead and turn those 2 into our copy of the Y-Strix. Now, on the summon, we're going to use the ability of Y-Strix, where we are going to be met as Chainlink 2 with a Nibiru. So we're going to go ahead and get Nibiru. We're going to summon out our copy of the Nibiru token. We're just going to place it in the middle. It really doesn't matter, because we're going to be getting combo no matter what. But then what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Zephyros the Elite, because Chainlink 1 has to resolve. Now what's going to happen from here is we do have the Yellow Martin, so we're going to use the effect targeting the Tiger to bounce it back to hand. And essentially we're just playing through Nibiru like it never even happened. So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to summon out the Chick, and Chick can literally dump you whatever you want. But in this instance, I'm actually going to be dumping the Emerald Burn because I actually want the value off the redoer we're going to be making later. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an Xyz summon using the Zephyros and the copy of Yellow Martin. Now, if you're wondering why I did these 2 monsters in specific, you're going to see this pretty much every single time because of the fact that Martin, if you use the ability to bounce something, unless it's sent as a material, it's going to get banished when it leaves the field. So make sure you do that. And then Zephyros actually has a restriction on it currently on the field that it cannot be used as link material, so I want to get this engraved as soon as possible. So what's going to happen from here is, like I said before, we're going to make an Xyz summon into another 4 Strix. And 4 Strix will detach, this time the Zephyros, because we do not have to detach the Yellow Martin for it to go to the grave. And then we add the Raider's Wing. We're going to use the effect of the Raider's Wing, allowing us to detach the copy of Martin as cost to go ahead and summon out our copy of Raider's Wing. Now we're going to proceed to make a link summon off Yet and the Chick. Make sure you don't link this off because you actually want value for the next turn. And we're going to make the Psy-Frame Lord Lambda. This essentially makes it so Gamma is actually live on your own turn. Then we're going to use the Zephyros the Elite in our graveyard to go ahead and bounce the Lunalight Tiger to our hand. And then pretty much we go ham from here. So we're going to go ahead and use the Lunalight Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Emerald Bird. And then from here I can make a Xyz summon like before. Make sure you use these 2 as material because you want the value off the Raider's Wing. So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to go ahead and use those 2 for a Time Thief Redoer. And we're going to make a link summon using the Zephyros since it did leave field and does not have the restriction anymore, and the Nibiru token to make our copy of IP Masquerena. Now during the main phase we also can use the copy of Redoer to go ahead and banish itself, detaching in specific the copy of Emerald Bird as part of the effect, not cost, keep in mind. Very important that you know Redoer is not actually cost because this is how it triggers all your Lunalight effects. And then what's going to happen from here is I'm going to banish the copy of Redoer. We get the value off the Raider's Wing for the follow-up, and we have the Emerald Bird, which just triggers in our graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and use that to summon out our copy of Chick. Now what I'd like to do actually right here is dump another Yellow Martin because of the fact that I want another way to play in case I get crowed, shark-handed, or any other way to stop my Yellow Martin before I get to actually use it. So I always like to have at least 2 Yellow Martins in grave, but sometimes there will be scenarios where you actually summon the Yellow Martin so you can get the Serenade on your opponent's turn. And then of course we're going to use that, like I said before, we're going to dump the extra Martin just for follow-up. Very important you have access to 2 Martin in case one gets hit. And then during the end phase, the Redoer will return, and then the Lambda will trigger, allowing us to grab the Psy-Frame Gear Gamma. Now another really great thing about this is we can just literally keep Lambda on board, and then we can link off the materials and basically just search like another copy of Gamma, which is really nice. Just summon the Gamma underneath the copy of Lambda, so it gets banished, right? And then what's going to happen from here is just link everything, including the driver, not the Gamma, and then pretty much you can just search another Gamma and have a great follow-up. But yeah, as you can see here, the Gamma is live because we do have the Lambda. We get this Redoer effect on standby phase, and we also have the Gamma for the follow-up, which is really, really nice. Now in this replay, you see I actually don't summon it there, but pretty much what you do instead is just link this, and this, and it literally works the same way. And I'm also going to feature some IP targets just to help you guys out. So we're going to go and reveal a Unicorn. You can make it Avermax if worse comes to worse. And then, of course, Appaloosa to completely shut them out of the game, along with Boral Sword in case you're about to die. But that's not really a popular tech choice at the moment. But anyways, that's it for the first Lunalight versus Nibiru combo. Let's go to get to basically the same thing, but it's going to be ending on a little more of a potent blend in a sense. So let's get straight into this. Now the same thing, it's going to be Chick Tiger for all these setups, nothing different. Chick Tiger is literally the bare minimum you have to get to do all these combos. So we're going to start this off by normal summoning the Kaleido Chick, and we're going to use the effect of Kaleido Chick to go ahead and dump our copy of Yellow Martin. Very important you dump Yellow Martin, like I said before, this is what that pretty much allows the deck to roll on its wheels. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to use the Lunalight Tiger, which is a return to Exi summon after we summon. Again, detach the copy of Yellow Martin because it's very important for the follow-up and to play through hand traps. Now we're going to search the Singing Lanius, and we are going to summon the Singing Lanius, proceeding to make a link summon into our copy of the Ystrix. Now Ystrix, like I said before, this is where they're going to chain the Nibiru. I'm really sure 90% of the time they're not going to hit you with a Nibiru here, that's why I made a full guide for every single combination possible. But just in case they do, I'm going to show this off as well. So we're going to go and use the copy of Ystrix to do that, and then they're going to chain the Nibiru. So we get the Nibiru token, and we will summon out the Zephyros as the chain link 1 resolving. Now what's going to happen from here is I'm going to go ahead and use the Yellow Martin in Graveyard to bounce back the Tiger, and we are going to summon the copy of the Yellow Martin. Very important you do this. Now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Kaleido Chick, and then from here we can literally just do whatever we feel deemed necessary. So right here, I don't think we're actually going to get the value off the Emerald Bird, but if we do, that's also nice in a sense. But pretty much what's going to happen from here is I'm actually going to link that and the Kaleido Chick, because they're 2 monsters with different names, into our copy of Artifact Dagda. Now Dagda does not need monsters in specific, it uses anything with different names. So it can literally just be the Nib token you just got, like you saw in this replay here. Now from here, I'm pretty much going to use the Yellow Martin. And we're going to go ahead and use the ability of Forstrix after we Exi summon to go ahead and detach the Zephyros' Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Artifact Dagda. And now pretty much we have access to our copy of the Zephyros Engraved, and we just set a Scythe to our field as long as adding a Raider's Wing. So we just literally plussed so much right here. And then from here I can use the Raider's Wing to go ahead and detach from our copy of the Forstrix to summon itself out to the side of the field. Now pretty much I'm doing the same thing as earlier. We're going to go to use the Zephyros to take 400 and summon itself out, and then we will go ahead and scale the Tiger and go ahead and summon out our copy of Emerald Bird. So yeah, we are going to be getting the value right here. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to make a Z summon, same thing here, you want the value off the follow-up with the Raider's Wing. So we're going to go ahead and XZ summon using it, and we're going to go ahead and use it into a Redoer. Now Redoer will use its ability, detaching in specific as part of the card effect, Emerald Bird. And then what's going to happen from here is Emerald Bird will trigger. The Emerald will summon the copy of the Kaleido Chick, and Kaleido Chick will dump another Yellow Martin. So it is actually correct to dump the Emerald before you put another Martin in Graveyard, just for this interaction right here. Now we have 2 level 4 bodies, which we literally just can turn into a Tornado Dragon, and then proceed to set up the Tornado Dragon plus Scythe Lock, which is really, really nice to keep in mind, because if this resolves properly, it shuts down I'd say at least 75 or 80% of the meta down if this card resolves. So we're going to go ahead and summon this during the end phase, of course, and then we're going to use the draw phase. We're going to activate the Tornado Dragon to go ahead and target our Scythe. We're going to pop it, and this is a cool interaction right here. I actually like to keep the Lunalight monster in specific underneath my Tornado Dragon, just because the fact that if they hit my Zephyros with a hand trap, it doesn't really hurt. They're kind of limited to hitting either a Martin or Emerald Bird. But if I do this on my own, or if I detach this on my own turn, or their turn, sorry, pretty much what's going to happen is they're going to hit it, and then I'm going to lose the value off it next turn. So yeah, that's why I usually do that with detaching like other monsters, but it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And then what's going to happen from here is I'm going to use the Scythe and Graveyard to go ahead and summon itself out. And that's pretty much it. Scythe will summon, standby phase we get Redoer, and then you just Scythe lock them, as well as keeping 5 monsters on board. So not a bad board at all. It's definitely weirder than the last one. It doesn't play through as much, but the fact is, if you want to Scythe lock, if this is the bare minimum you have to do to win, then it gets you there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Nibiru on the 5th summon. Let's go and get straight 6 summon combos. So this is essentially just after the 4 Strix resolves, or the Y Strix actually, it's going to basically have the Nibiru hit the field while that and Zephyros are on board. Well, one really cool interaction there is we don't actually have to link off the Zephyros or use it even as an XZ material now, because of the field that it does not have the restriction. But nonetheless, let's go and get straight into this combo guide. Now for the 6 summon combos, pretty much what you're going to do is we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Chick. Like before, we're just going to proceed to do pretty much the same stuff. But we're going to use the Tiger, and we go ahead and summon out the copy of Martin. And we are going to make the Z summon for our copy of the 4 Strix. Now 4 Strix is going to use its ability to go ahead and detach from the Martin to add our copy of the Simultaneous. Like before, we're going to make the Y Strix, which is pretty much a mandatory combo at this point, because that's what all of this revolves around. Now from here, we're going to summon the Y Strix. It's going to resolve properly, and then on the resolution of the 4 Strix, where we summon the Zephyros, the Elite, like I said before, we're no longer going to have the restriction on the Zephyros, but we will be hit with a Nibiru. So it's going to tribute everything on field, summon out the Nibiru to this side of the field, and we are going to get a token nonetheless. But yeah, like I said before, this no longer has a restriction. We have a Martin, a Chicken Gray, so pretty much we're just like loaded right here. Now from here, I can literally just go effect a Martin and Graveyard, bounce the Tiger to hand to go ahead and summon itself out, and then we're going to scale the Tiger, use its ability to go ahead and summon out our copy of Kaleido Chick. Now Kaleido Chick's going to use its ability to go ahead and summon the copy of the Emerald Bird this time, because it's very important you have access to at least both of them. And then from here, I'm not actually going to use the Zephyros, but I'm going to go ahead and make an XZ summon using the Martin and the copy of the Chick to make our copy of 4 Strix. And the nice thing about 4 Strix in this instance is, we're actually going to need to detach the copy of the Martin, but nonetheless, if this does resolve properly, it's not even going to matter, because we're going to be using the Raider's Wing to detach the other material as well. So yeah, we're going to go and add the copy of Raider's Wing, and then we're going to go and use the Zephyros, the Elite, in Graveyard to go ahead and bounce the Tiger from field to hand to summon itself out, and we take 400 points of damage. Now from here, we have 3 bodies, Raider's Wing in hand for the follow-up, as long as pretty much this all resolves properly. And then we're going to go with Tiger again. We're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Emerald Bird. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and use the copy of the Raider's Wing to detach from our copy of the 4 Strix, and we have 5 monsters on board just like that. Even through Nibiru, we literally just put up 5 extra bodies on board, which we're going to proceed to link summon the copy of 4 Strix and the Zephyros into our copy of Psyframe Lambda. Nice part, like I said before, I think I've said this a few times now, Zephyros no longer has the restriction now that it has left the board, so it's really, really nice. And then of course you want to keep the values. We're going to use the copy of Raider's Wing and Emerald Bird to go ahead and make an XZ summon for the Redoer. Now in the last combo with the Psyframe stuff, you did realize we had an extra body for the IP last turn. So what you literally can do right here is literally you can detach the copy of Emerald Bird this time, like you're going to see, and then we'll have 2 non-link monsters which we can use for a link for the IP Masquerena. So we're going to use that, and we're going to summon out this, and then we're going to use the ability of the Chick to go ahead and summon, or dump rather, our copy of Yellow Martin to the graveyard. And then we have 2 non-link monsters which we can turn into IP Masquerena, and we can go end phase where the Redoer does return, and the Lambda grabs us the copy of Gamma. Now, same interaction as last time, you can actually link off the driver and search another copy of Gamma if you do not hit a monster off the copy of Redoor. So it's a really nice interaction just to keep looping the Gammas, but nonetheless, this is actually really nice right here. Same thing as last time, you get all this like advantage just for playing through Nibiru like that. So yeah, that's the first combo. Let's get straight into the second combo. Now the second combo is pretty much a very similar thing to the second combo I featured on the 5th summon combos, but it's gonna be a little bit different since we're actually having less monsters on board this time. But nonetheless, it's basically the same end result. We're gonna normal summon the Chick, and we're gonna go ahead and dump our copy of the Yellow Martin. What's gonna happen from here is I'm gonna use the copy of Lunalight Tiger to go ahead and summon out the Yellow Martin field. Very submit. Like, this is pretty much just the standard you're gonna be doing every single time. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna make an Xyz summon into our copy of the Forstrix, and then we're gonna use the Forstrix to go ahead and detach the copy of Martin, and we're gonna go ahead and add the Singing Lanius. Now what's gonna happen from here is I'm gonna summon the Singing Lanius, and we're gonna go ahead and make a link summon for the Y-Strix, where we resolve the Y-Strix, and they meet us with a Nibiru on the resolution where we summon the Zephyros. So same thing as last time, I'm going to summon it to the middle zone because I want to clog the middle zone to prove you can do all this. But pretty much what you're going to do is we're going to summon the Yellow Martin, we're going to bounce the Target, and we're going to summon it out to our side of the field. Now from here, I'm going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Kaleido Chick, and Kaleido Chick will use its ability to send our copy of the Lunalight Emerald Bird to the graveyard. So same thing as last time, we have the Zephyros engraved, so we're going to go and use the Zephyros to bounce the Tiger, and we're going to take 400 damage, and we're going to go ahead and summon out the Zephyros to our side of the field. Now we're going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Emerald Bird, and nonetheless we're pretty much just got the same setup as last time, 5 monsters without even using Raider's Wing this time, so this pretty much just proves you don't even need Raider's Wing at the end of the day. But nonetheless, we have 5 monsters. We're going to go ahead and turn these into some link monsters. So we're going to use that in the Zephyros, and we're going to go ahead and make the artifact Dagda. And then from here, we're going to make an Xyz summon using the Kaleido Chick and the Emerald Bird. I am keeping the Martin for some reason, but normally you want to use the Emerald Bird and the Martin just to get value off that. But nonetheless, we're going to use the Time Thief Redoor. Redoor will go ahead and be Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2 Dagda. Dagda will set the artifact Siphon deck. And then the Chain Resolve has Chain Link 1, so we're going to go ahead and detach the copy of Emerald Bird. And as you can see, Emerald Bird doesn't actually activate the second hit grave. It's as soon as the effect resolves of the Time Thief Redoor. So we're going to go ahead and use the ability of the Emerald Bird, and we're going to summon out the Chick, and then we're going to get the same amount of value as last time. So we're going to go ahead and dump the Emerald Bird, and there you go, we have a follow-up Martin right here. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and make an Xyz summon for our copy of the Tornado Dragon. Like I said before, I don't like detaching Martins and stuff like that because I want to keep at least one engraved at minimum. But it really doesn't matter since we already have one engraved, so yeah, we can literally just do whatever we want from here. Now, end phase, we're going to use the effect of Redoor, or it just triggers it automatically. And we're going to go ahead and go to the draw or standby phase where you can use the Tornado Dragon to target your own Scythe and pop it. Then Scythe will summon itself out, and your opponent has been Scythe locked as well as Redoor on board. So it's really nice. And if you really wanted to, you actually could play a second Scythe with Dagda just to ensure that your plays do resolve properly. So it's a really easy interaction right there. But nonetheless, this is pretty much the 6 summon combos. So let's go get straight into the Nibiru on the 7th combo. Okay, everybody. Now for these combos, this is pretty much going to be on the 7th summon. So if you don't know what the 7th summon in the Lunalight is, it is whenever the Yellow Martin returns to the field via bouncing tigers. So that's pretty much what's going to happen, and then they Nibiru us right there. So nonetheless, Chick Tiger, let's get it. So we're going to summon the copy of Chick, and we're going to use the ability of Chick to go ahead and send the Yellow Martin to the graveyard. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and use the Lunalight Tiger to go ahead and summon our copy of Yellow Martin. Now we're going to go ahead and make an Xyz summon using those two to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Forstrix. And then Forstrix is the 3rd summon, so we're going to use the ability to go ahead and detach to add the copy of our Singing Lanius. Now the 4th summon will be our copy of the Singing Lanius, where we proceed to make our 5th summon under Nibiru. Now this is going to be the Y-Strix. Now Y-Strix is going to use its ability, summoning our 6th summon, which is going to be the Zephyros the Elite, and this is where actually they are going to Nibiru us right after. So we're going to use the ability of the copy of Martin. And this seems a little tempting, but you can pretty much set up a nice board as well through Nibiru. So I'm going to show you that. We're going to summon this, and this is where they're going to reveal Nibiru on the resolution of the Yellow Martin. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to banish the copy of the Yellow Martin because it did leave the field, and they're going to summon the Nibiru token right to the middle zone like always. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and summon out the copy of the Lunalight Tiger. We're going to use the ability to go ahead and bring out the copy of the Kaleido Chick, and Kaleido Chick will dump our copy this time of the Emerald Bird because we are going to get another Martin in graveyard in just a moment. So what's going to happen from here is I actually can go ahead and use the ability of the Zephyros the Elite, taking 400 damage, and go ahead and summon it to our side of the field. Now we're going to scale the Tiger, or actually we're going to go ahead and make a Link Summon before that happens. Zephyros no longer has the restriction because it did leave the field via Nibiru, so we're going to make a Link Summon using the copy of the Nibiru token and the Zephyros the Elite into our copy of Artifact Dagda. Now we're going to go ahead and scale the Tiger and go Tiger Chainlink 1, Dagda Chainlink 2. What will happen is Dagda will set the Scythe, and the Tiger will resolve as Chainlink 1 to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Emerald Bird to our side of the field. So we're going to make a XZ summon, and we're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Tornado Dragon. So nonetheless, this isn't actually bad. This is a Scythe Tornado Dragon lock right here. It can be interrupted by a hand traps, but nonetheless, this is still really great if they hit you on a detrimental point, just like the Yellow Martin. So yeah, nonetheless, this is it right here, and let's go and get straight into the second 7th combo. Now for the second 7th summon combo, pretty much what you're going to need is a copy of Lunalight Tiger and Chick, like always. So we're going to normal summon the Chick, and we're going to go ahead and dump the Yellow Martin. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and use the Tiger to go ahead and summon our copy of Chick, or Martin from the graveyard. Here, I'm going to go ahead and make an XZ summon into a copy of Forstrix, detaching in specific the copy of Yellow Martin to outer Lanius. Very important you do this. Here's I'm going to summon the Singing Lanius, allowing us to make a Link Summon into a copy of the Y-Strix. Now Y-Strix will use its ability to go ahead and summon out the copy of the Zephyros the Elite, where we will actually go ahead and use the effect Yellow Martin, where we will pretty much be met with a Nibiru on the resolution of. So they're going to banish the Martin. We're going to lose the Y-Strix and the Zephyros, but nonetheless, we're still going to make a pretty nice board at the end of the day. So we're going to summon out the token, which can be used for IP Masquerade, keep in mind, and we're going to go Effective Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of Chick. Our copy of Chick will nonetheless dump a copy of the Emerald Bird, and then from here I can literally just go link that and that into our copy of IP Masquerade. And then we can go ahead and use the effect of Zephyros the Elite, taking 400 to go ahead and summon out our copy of Zephyros the Elite. Now for these combos, you actually see me dump Emerald Bird. That is a bit of a mistake. You actually want to dump a copy of Martin before you do that, because we're not actually going to be doing too much value off it, as you're going to see in a combo. We're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Chick, which will dump the Martin. So yeah, last summon, or actually last combo, just dump the Martin instead. Nonetheless, we summon that, we're going to dump the Martin as our follow-up, and we're going to go ahead and make any generic rank 4. So pretty much just any rank 4 that takes either 2 dark level 4s or any 2 level 4s in general. So this can literally just be Redoer, it could be IP, it could be anything you want in reality. But the reason I did not summon the Emerald Bird and try to get value off the Redoer is because of the fact at most I can make a link 4, and we're going to have a lot of, like, I guess we're kind of losing the advantage in a sense. But nonetheless, this is still a pretty nice or decent end board playing through the Nibiru on the 7th summon, where it is most likely actually detrimental to the combo state. So yeah, nonetheless, that's pretty much it. Let's go to get straight into the Nibiru combos on the 8th summon. Okay everybody, so this is pretty much going to be the 8th summon combos. This is going to be very similar to the last 2 combos because of the fact that we're going to be getting hit at a very detrimental combos. But nonetheless, this is really great right here, so let's go get straight into these combos. Chick Tiger, as always, like I said before, this is pretty much what we're going to be starting every single time. Normal Chick, we're going to use the ability to send the Yellow Martin, and then from here I'm going to scale the Tiger to use the ability to summon out our copy of the Yellow Martin from the graveyard. Now we're going to make an XZ summon, we're going to go ahead and summon out the copy of the Forstrix, and we're going to use the Forstrix to go ahead and detach the copy of Yellow Martin in specific to go ahead and add our copy of Singing Lanius from deck to hand. Now we're going to summon the Singing Lanius, and we're going to use the ability of our Y-Strix once it's summoned to go ahead and summon out Zephyros the Elite. Now pretty much what's going to happen here is it actually can be a little bit of a worse spot because they're going to be hitting us with a Nibiru once we actually make our second 4-Strix. So we're going to be losing out on a little bit of a grind, but nonetheless it's going to be pretty similar end result in the end run. So yeah, as soon as we summon that copy of the 4-Strix, they're going to hit us with a Nibiru. So we did not actually lose the copy of the Yellow Martin, but nonetheless it is kind of dead because we already used its ability. But yeah, we get the Nibiru token, those are engraved, Zephyros loses its restrictions, and we're going to go ahead and use the Lunalight Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Kaleido Chick. Now Chick is going to use its ability, and keep in mind, even though Chick is negated, it can attempt to send for cost, so it's really great in that sense, it just won't have a name change. But yeah, pretty much we're going to send that, and then we're going to go ahead and use the ability of the Zephyros Elite, bouncing and taking 400 damage, to go ahead and summon out our copy of it. And then we're going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out the Emerald Bird, and nonetheless we're going to pop off. So we're going to link those two, the Zephyros and that, to go ahead and make the copy of IP Masquerena, and then from here literally just make whatever generic rank 4 you deem necessary. It could be Dwellers, it could be a Nightmare, because it actually in fact is 2 level 4 Dark, so this can literally be a Evil Swarm Nightmare. This could be a Baguska if you honestly want to try that. You honestly, realistically, could even make a Tiger King if you're trying to get more cards at hand, and then, you know, proceed to go from there. But nonetheless, this is still really great. You can literally just make whatever generic rank 4 you want. But nonetheless, that's it for the first 8th summon combo. So let's get straight into the second 8th summon combo. Same time as last time, they're going to be hitting us on the summon of the combo. But nonetheless, it's not going to be that bad. So we're going to go ahead and we have the Chick Tiger set up, and we're going to go ahead and normal the Chick, and use the ability to send our copy of Yellow Graveyard. Now Tiger is going to go ahead and skill itself out, and we're going to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Yellow Martin from the grave. It's the same thing as last time, we're going to detach the copy of Martin specific to go ahead and get the follow-up in case we are hand-trapped. So yeah, we're going to add the copy of Singing Lanius, and then from here I'm going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Singing Lanius to proceed to make a link summon into our copy of the Y-Strix. The Y-Strix is going to go ahead and summon out our copy of Zephyros the Elite, and then from here we're going to proceed to use the Yellow Martin in Graveyard to bounce the Tiger to hand, and we are going to summon itself out. Now from here I'm going to use those two for an XZ summon into our copy of 4-Strix, and we're going to use the 4-Strix, and then they're going to Nibiru us actually before we even have a chance to do that. So yeah, as soon as the 4-Strix is summoned, they're going to reveal Nibiru, and then we will get the Nibiru token to the middle zone as always. The middle zone can be a little clunky in a sense because it literally takes up like one of the most important arrows, which is usually either the bottom one right here or the middle ones right here. So yeah, it's really important. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Chick, and Chick will attempt to use its ability dumping for cost to send the copy of Yellow Martin. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if you send a copy of Emerald Bird because we already have a Emerald Bird in the grave, or a Yellow Martin in the grave, but nonetheless, you know, we're not going to be creating too much of a crazy board, so we're not going to need the value. But yeah, we're going to make the copy of the Dagda, and then we're going to go ahead and use Zephyros the Elite, bouncing the Tiger to go ahead and summon out the copy of Zephyros the Elite. Then Tiger will use its ability to go ahead and summon out, and we're going to chain the Dagda. So chain link 1 Tiger, chain link 2 Dagda, Dagda will start our copy of Scythe, and we will summon the Chick from the graveyard. Now graveyard, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of the Kaleido Chick, dumping the copy of Emerald Bird. Nonetheless, honestly, you could make a redoer here, but you're not going to have enough materials to actually make the Tornado Dragon, so you might as well just do this right here. So yeah, we're going to make an XZ summon, and we're going to summon the Tornado Dragon, and nonetheless, you get the same end result, even when you're Nibiru, like pretty much Nibiru later in your combo at a more detrimental point. So yeah, we're going to pop our own Scythe, we're going to summon it, and yeah, nonetheless, this is pretty much the same end result as the 7th summon combos. Now let's get straight into the combos where you basically get hit on the set of rank up. So yeah, let's get straight into that. Okay everybody, we are getting closer and closer to being Nibiru proof, as you can see. Now pretty much in this combo, this is actually going to be where we set the rank up on the resolution. They are going to Nibiru. So this is going to be pretty much every combination until we are Nibiru proof. So let's get straight into this. So we have Chick Tiger as always. We're going to normal the Chick, and we are going to dump the Lunalight Kaleido Chick. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to scale the Tiger using its ability to go ahead and summon out the Lunalight Kaleido Chick. or sorry, the yellow Martin, that's what it is. And then we're going to go ahead and make an Xyz summon into our copy of the Forstrix. In specific, we are going to detach the copy of the yellow Martin to add the Singing Lanius. Now from here, I'm going to summon the Singing Lanius and proceed to make a link to for the Y-Strix. Now Y-Strix is going to use its ability on field to go ahead and summon out our copy of Zephyros the Elite. So this is 6 summons right here, and then we're going to go ahead and use the ability of the copy of the yellow Martin to go ahead and bounce the Tiger. And then what's going to happen from here is I'm going to go ahead and make an Xyz summon, and for some reason this is actually a scenario where they hold Nibiru for a little too long, but they nonetheless resolve the card. So we're going to actually this time be able to resolve the Forstrix, and then we're going to go ahead and add the copy of the Strangle Lanius. So this is where we're actually met with a Nibiru once we use the Y-Strix, and they're going to chain Nibiru. Or on resolution, it's pretty much just the same end result nonetheless. So we're going to go ahead and hit us with the Nibiru, and we will summon it out to the middle zone as always. But yeah, they let us get to rank up, so we're going to actually have an opportunity to take their Nibiru in a sense. So we're going to go ahead and pay half of our life points to go ahead and summon out one of our Forstrix, and nonetheless summon an Infinity. So from here, I don't think I mentioned it too many times, but pretty much what you can do is literally go Infinity. If they did not target their own, or they did not summon their Nibiru in defense position, you actually can take their Nibiru, which is a really nice option to give it another negate. So yeah, that's what you can do right there. And then nonetheless, we're going to scale Tiger. We're going to use the ability to summon out the Kaleido Chick, and then we can go Chick effect to dump literally whatever we want. In this scenario, it's going to be the Emerald Bird, and this is pretty much what happens if you hold it a little bit too long, but it's not the full, Nibiru proof combo. Now from here, I'm going to make the IP Masquerena. I'm going to use Zephyros the Elite to bounce the Tiger, and nonetheless, we're going to summon our copy of the Zephyros the Elite to the side of the field. Now from here, I'm going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Emerald Bird, and then we can use those two for an Xyz summon into our copy of the Time Thief Redoer. Now Redoer is going to use, or actually before that, we're going to use the Strangle Lanius from hand, and Strangle Lanius is going to use its ability to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Singing Lanius. Now pretty much from here, you actually could make another Dark Link 2 and then go IP Abramax, or you can do another end result, which I'm going to feature right here, which is making Perpetua plus our copy of Redoer. So a really neat interaction right here is Emerald Bird. Actually, we get the value off Emerald Bird from detaching off the copy of Redoer as part of the effect, right? And then we can have an extra link material for the IP, we got a negate on Infinity, and we got a bounce for Perpetua, and a potential banish to save the Redoer at worst case scenario. So yeah, we're going to detach the copy of Emerald Bird, and we're going to use the effect to summon out the Yellow Martin this time. Pretty much I summoned this because if they try to pop my Yellow Martin or affect it any way that sends it to the graveyard, we're going to get the free search for the Serenade Dance. So pretty much that's what's going to happen. We're going to summon up the Redoer during the end phase, and during the end phase we can use the Perpetua to go ahead and attach pretty much, it can be a monster to save it from getting potentially hit by a card, or it can literally just be shotgun the trap underneath it. So it really doesn't matter, but nonetheless I'm going to put the trap. We're going to do Flyback because that's actually the one target you want to put under it. You don't want to put Retrograde under it, but nonetheless that's pretty much it right there. During the draw phase, we can use the Perpetua targeting the Redoer to go ahead and attach one of our Time Thief Winders, or a Bezel Shift if you deem it necessary to your build. I don't think Bezel Shift is honestly that great, but nonetheless, you can literally just play it if you feel it's, you want to play it. But yeah, pretty much we got a 2 material Redoer, and then during the standby phase, we're going to get a 3 material Redoer. And during the main phase, we have IP, an Infinity, a Perpetua, a Martin, and this, as well as a great follow-up in Graveyards. That's the first set of rank up combo. Let's get to the second one. Same thing here, we have Kaleido Chick plus Tiger. It's going to be pretty much a pretty similar end result, but it's going to be a lot better in a sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to normal the Chick, and we're going to use the ability to go ahead and send the copy of Yellow Martin. And then what's going to happen is we're going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out the Yellow Martin. And then from here, we're going to make an Xyz summon into our copy of the Forstrix. Forstrix is going to use its ability to go ahead and detach the Yellow Martin. And just always detach the Martin, that's what I'm trying to say pretty much. And then we're going to go ahead and add the Singing Lanius. The more times I say it, the more you'll remember it, which is the great part. So now I'm going to actually summon out the copy of Singing Lanius, and we will go ahead and link into our copy of Y-Strix, which is our 5th summon. Now Y-Strix will use its ability to go ahead and summon out our copy of Zephyros the Elite from the deck, And then we're going to use the ability of Yellow Marten to bounce our copy of Tiger to summon itself out to the side of the field, which we are not in Nibiru until we actually use the effect of Force Strix once again, which are really great. So we're going to go and use the ability of Force Strix, and then what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and grab the Strangulanius, and the Y Strix will activate. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then they're going to meet us with Nibiru either in chain to the Y Strix or on the resolution of the Y Strix. So that's going to happen, and then we're going to go ahead and summon out this. Now what's going to happen from here is we're going to use the Shade Force to go ahead and summon out our copy of Infinity by paying half our life points. And realistically, if you're resolving these combos, like, life points shouldn't even matter, so it's not even that bad at the end of the day. And then we're going to go and use the Infinity to go ahead and potentially take their Nibiru, or you can just attach one of your extra materials if you deem necessary. So from here, we can go and use the Tiger again to summon the copy of Kaleido Chick, and we're going to use the Kaleido Chick to go ahead and dump our copy of Emerald Bird to the graveyard. We do have the copy of Marten, so this is actually a great play right here. And then from here, I can literally just go ahead and make a Link Summon into our copy of Dagda, or literally anything you want. That was a bit laggy, but it doesn't matter. So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to go ahead and use the copy of Zephyros the Elite in our graveyard to go ahead and bounce our copy of Lunalight Tiger to the hand to summon itself out to the side of the field. So that's what's going to happen. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and scale and activate the Tiger to summon out our copy of Emerald Bird. And then we're going to proceed to use the copy of the Dagda and chain to the Tiger. So I probably should have said that, but that's pretty much what you're going to do, is chain to the Tiger. And then what's going to happen is we're going to make an XZ summon using the Emerald Bird and the Zephyros the Elite to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Tornado Dragon. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup right here. Honestly, you could have just made a Strangle or grabbed any other winged beast, but Strangle's great in a sense because of the follow-up turn. You could do all your stuff and then last thing, summon out Strangle and make either a Link 2 for IP Masquerena, which you can turn into IP Avermax on the follow-up turn, or you can literally just use this for a Boral Sword on your next turn. So it's really great in a sense, but nonetheless, this is a Scythe Lock with protection on Infinity, so it's really great in a sense. So yeah, we got the Scythe Lock right here, which we're going to pop the Scythe, we can use the ability, and like I said before, if you want to run another target for Dagda, like maybe Moralitech, or even Lancia in a sense works, this is really great as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that combo. Let's get to the third and final combo for the rank up stuff. So yeah, the third and final combo, we got Kaleido Chick plus Lunalight Tiger, which we're going to normally check, and we're going to use the ability to send our copy of Yellow Marten to the graveyard. And we're going to use the Tiger to go ahead and summon our copy of Yellow Marten, which is pretty much going to be the same thing from here on out. We're going to go and make our XZ summon into our copy of Force Strix, and we're going to use the Force Strix to go ahead and detach our copy of Marten, in specific to go ahead and summon our copy of Lanius. So we're going to do so, and we're going to go ahead and make a Link Summon for our copy of the Y Strix. And Y Strix is going to use its ability to go ahead and summon our copy of Zephyros the Elite, and from here I can literally just go Marten and Grave to bounce our Tiger, which we are going to summon the Marten, and then we have our 2 level 4s, which we will go ahead and make our copy of Force Strix. Now you may be wondering, what if they Nibiru in chain to Force Strix? It's literally just the same result as the combo set I showed you before, so that's why I'm not going over that, because it's literally just the same end result. But nonetheless, we're going to go and use the effect of Force Strix, and we're going to go ahead and grab the Strangulanius again. And then on the resolution, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Y Strix, which it may be met with a Nibiru right here, but nonetheless, it can also be met with a Nibiru on the set of the Shade Force. So yeah, or in chain 2, which is what I mean. So we're going to make the Nibiru token on the field, and then we're going to activate the Shade Force, paying half our life, to go ahead and summon out our copy of Infinity, the one and only, the broken card, pretty much. So yeah, we're going to summon out Infinity, which is really great in this deck, and then we're going to go ahead and use the Tiger, and potentially also take their Nibiru in this instance. So what can happen is we're going to go and use the Tiger to go ahead and summon out our copy of Chick, and then from here, Chick will use its ability to go ahead and dump the copy of Yellow Marten to the graveyard. Now from here, I can use Zephyros the Elite to bounce my copy of the Lunalight Tiger to hand to go ahead and summon itself out to the field. Excuse me. You also pretty much can actually just do the Time Thief stuff if you want, or I mean the Cyframe stuff right here also. So it's really great in a sense, but then we can use the Chick to go ahead and once more summon out the copy of Yellow Marten from the graveyard. Now we're going to proceed to make a Link Summon using the copy of the Zephyros in the Kaleido Chick to go ahead and summon out our copy of Lambda, which we are going to go ahead and summon out the copy of the Lania since we control a dark monster and a Z monster that has a dark XZ as a material, to go ahead and use its ability to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Singing Lanius. From here, I'm going to make an XZ summon. We're going to summon the copy of Redoer, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the copy of IP Masquerena. So another really great and potent board right here. Really great setup. You also get the value off the extra side frame for a follow-up on the following turn after your opponent's turn 1 ends. So it's real great. And then you get the Serenade Dance advantage. And realistically, you actually could also, like if you wanted to, just dumped the Emerald Bird to get an extra link material, but nonetheless, this is great in case you want to go into Unicorn. So this is also another great follow-up. So we have Lambda, we can add the copy of Gamma during the end phase, and then we'll get the material on the Redoer during the standby phase, and then you have all this great follow-up for the next turn. Now that's pretty much it for the set of rank up combos. Let's get into the part of the video where I show you what happens if they hold Nibiru, the Primeval Being, for too long in their hand. Hey, we are finally to the end of the video where I show you what happens if you hold Nibiru too long during this combo string. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to the final combo showcase. So this is Chick Tiger. I've said this a million times now. Just have Chick Tiger. This is all you need. Now we're going to normal the Chick and scale the Tiger. We're going to use the ability of Chick to send the copy of the Yellow Martin to the graveyard. And then we're going to use the copy of the Lunalight Tiger to go ahead and summon out your copy of the Yellow Martin. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and make an XZ summon into our copy of the Forstrix. I know I've said this a million times, but detach your copy of Yellow Martin. It's so important. If this gets hit by a hand trap, you got to be able to extend. Make sure you do that if you're a new Lunalight player. I've actually seen a lot of people who don't do that for some reason, so be very careful. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and summon out the copy of Singing Lanius, and we're going to proceed to go ahead and make our copy of the Y-Strix. Now Y-Strix is going to use its ability to go ahead and summon out our copy of the Zephyros, the Elite, to the side of the field. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to use the Yellow Martin to bounce a copy of Tiger to the hand to summon itself out. Now from here, I'm basically going to go ahead and make an XZ summon to summon out my copy of the Forstrix like before. I'm going to use the Forstrix, and we're going to go ahead and add the Strangle Lanius. Now, as you can see, they're kind of holding Nibiru for too long. If you hold it too long, you're going to allow me to get really good end results. So what's going to happen is I'm going to set the rank up, and then what's going to happen from here is they held it way too long. So they could technically chain to this, but that would be the same end result as last time, and they'd still be losing so much advantage. So what's going to happen is this is going to resolve properly, and they're still holding Nibiru for some reason. But whatever reason, we go ahead and summon out our copy of Infinity, and if they ever try to attempt to Nibiru, we have the Infinity to answer it. So this is really, really great right here. This is literally what happens if you hold the Nibiru too long. I just become nib-proof, and I can proceed to combo off and pop off from here. So nonetheless, that's pretty much it for the guide. Let's get to the end screen.
Okay, everybody, I know that was a bit of a lengthy video, but if you stayed to the end, thank you. It really helps out the channel and the algorithm, as well as please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Nonetheless, I'll have some more guides coming out. As you can see on the screen, there's actually some videos, an upcoming list of a bunch of videos I'm going to be making very soon, so stay tuned for that. Nonetheless, thanks for watching again, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks.